Hey y'all, I'm Allison Asarch from Nashville, Tennessee.
Hey, I'm Sean Fraser from the Ritzy Kids.
This is Johnny from Rail Motor.
Hey, it's Shane from Blind Season.
Hey, it's Rob Stanier, and you can check out my music on all the streaming platforms.
Check out my latest music on all the streaming sites.
Check out my debut album on all streaming platforms.
Check out our new debut album.
Check us out on Spotify and Apple Music. And you're listening to our friends, Braggy and Curly.
My favorite fans from Australia.
You're listening to our friends, Braggy, Rossi, and Curly
on the
Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast.
Hey there, everyone. It's Curly here, and welcome to episode 247 of the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast. We're Curly, Braggy, and Rossi, and we have one obsession. We're three mates with one obsession that's helping you discover your next favorite artist. Every week, we bring you unfiltered conversations with independent musos from Australia and beyond, sharing the stories behind the songs and the music that you might never have found. So wherever you're listening or watching, hit subscribe, of course, like us, and join our community of people that love new music. We are Australia's home of independent music discovery. This is Unfiltered and Undiscovered, and it's great. We've got the boys back together. We've got Braggy and we've got Rossi. How are you, boys?
Awesome, Curly. Good to be back. Thanks for letting me go on leave.
I've got to leave early today, boss. If that's all right, I've got to go to another gig.
That's quite okay, because our viewers today will actually notice a difference, because we are recording over two sessions, and Rossi may not be here for the second session, but that's okay. So
if you wore the same clothes, you didn't have to say anything.
We are transparent, if not anything else. But first up, got to talk about footy tipping, because my God, I came last in both last week. So just to give you an understanding of where everyone is sitting, Braggy's overall on 253. We have Rossi on 242, and we have Curly on 211. So what's that? 31 points behind Rossi. So then when you look at some of the other guys that we've got in the footy tipping, I'll tell you what, Moose came out of nowhere last week in AFL, and he seriously is the only one that's going to give Braggy a bit of a shake. He's sitting at 249. Waxy's on 246, so there's a chance there for Waxy to get up amongst the on the podium. Kat, who Braggy is quite worried about, but she's on 234, Kat. So those Cowboys have been letting you down.
She's got a joker in hand, but
oh, does she? Is that the scary thing? And then we've got Big Stu on 229. Of course, Katie Brooke is only in the NRL, and she is now in clear second last, because there can only be one last place, and that's me. So
the curse of the dragon.
The curse of the dragon.
Ooh,
so that's
the
footy. Yeah. Hey, the other thing I just want to talk about before we get into some new music discovery is we had a guy from a band in Perth reach out, and he's got a platform that he's starting to build, and the platform's called Wave Noise. Now it's WAVVE Noise. He's got an Instagram handle at the moment, but what the aim is a community and database where people can discover independent bands, bloggers, podcasts, and he's at the moment he's building it. I think he's got something like 50 bands in there already, which is fantastic. We have actually supplied him our details, so the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast will be going in there. Awesome. But the guy's name's Sean, and the band that he's in is a band called Blackstone from the Sun from Perth. So Sean, once he's got the platform launched, we're going to get him on the podcast. We're going to talk to him about it. So
that'd be cool.
Sounds good.
That'd be really cool. Any of that sort of stuff. Yeah, like there's all these different. There's a guy who does Sydney Music Guide as well. It's all these people, because the street press died, right?
Yeah,
in Sydney, and so the internet is the new street press. But man, trying to get above the noise is a bit hard, isn't it?
Yeah, that'd be good though. Yeah, that's good too, Rossi. Yeah, he'd be good to talk to.
Yeah. So both from his band perspective and also from Wave Noise. So if you're listening to us and you are a band that wouldn't mind checking that out, it's Wave Noise, and he's on Instagram at the moment. So it's probably best to follow him there and send him a message, and let's be one of the early supporters of that platform. So it looks good. So last week, Braggy, you missed our opportunity to start doing some new music discovery and reviews. I think the people listening to the podcast last week really enjoyed the waxing lyrical that Braggy put into his Pinky Beecroft.
I feel like I also missed one of my great questions. Is that right, boys?
It was. But Curly that's a great question, Curly, too. Just saying. But yeah, first one was a great question from Braggy, and I'm like, oh, fuck it.
I love that little clip. I showed it to Waxy, and it's just like, that is a great question. And then I just looked at you two, and it's the biggest eye rolls I've ever seen in my life. Fantastic clip. It was fantastic.
That's good. Yeah, he's good value, John. He really is.
Yeah, he was
like a good follower, eh?
But he did correct himself when he said, yeah, that was a mediocre question. So he did do that, Rossi. That wasn't you, was it? It was John.
Yeah.
All right, so Braggy, because you missed last week, I'm going to put you on the spotlight first up.
Okay.
So we've been listening to some new music again. So, I've got the wrong person up.
Put
Let's
Braggy.
do
Put
this.
Braggy
Yeah, that's it. So,
here is the news.
Braggy, who have you been listening to this week, mate?
Boys, I've been listening to Grace Mitchell. She's from Melbourne. She's got an album, I think, coming out. It might have already just been out. It's on Bandcamp. You can go and buy it, and it's pretty cheap. You can pay as much as you want. I think that's the way she's worked it, which is really cool. And I think she wrote a lot of these songs. I don't want to speak out of turn in Hollywood. I don't know why she was there, and some more back in Australia. But the one I listened to it was billed as a double A side. So I've only done one song. I've done the one that was first on the list, which is a song called Baseball Hat. Interesting title for a song. So this is my review for that. Song called Baseball Hat by Grace Mitchell. Think Portishead with a side of Susan Vega and a touch of Aussie seasoning. And the track opens with this 16-note synth bass and hi-hat groove. Before a whispered vocal enters like stage left. And myself, I just picture a couple in the inner city Melbourne laneway, like waiting for coffee in the winter rain. And the singer seems to be pleading with the person, the one in the baseball cap, maybe her friend, maybe her lover, for more affection or perhaps more commitment. And then comes the chorus, and it sweeps in with this very 80s sounding synthesizer, and you're washed into the chorus with these really lonely lyrics. And the lyrics go, "Don't get me wrong, I stay up late when you're gone. I ask around to find out if I'm the only one." And then there's another verse and a chorus, and that's when you realize that the dream is over for this person with this other person. And the ending is really interesting as well. It ends in this sort of really avant-garde, I think it's a backwards vocal. That's why I compared it. I don't know if you guys know Portishead, but that's why I compared it to that. I really like the song a lot. Grace herself says that the song is about reflecting on your life until a particular moment and then realizing it isn't enough of the dream you imagined, and so you're left wanting more. So... But me as a reviewer, I definitely want to hear more from Grace Mitchell.
Nice, Braggy. Nice.
That's very good. Very good visuals you grabbed there. So that was awesome. Yeah.
Thank you.
If anyone's looking for a part-time music journo, by the way, Tave Bragg is available for hire.
Yes.
All right, Rossi, what have you been listening to?
Well, I've been listening to a slice of retro 80s Australiana come back to haunt us. And I know that for Curly, he'd be very happy about that. I first met this band probably in about 1986, mate. Wow. So I was listening to the song Opposites Attract, a new AA single from the fabulous Huxton Creepers from Melbourne. The Huxton Creepers, We Will Persuade You, Pretty Flamingo, My Sharia Moore, a very successful band in the 80s. It's pure, unadulterated guitar pop. They're saying that the song's an homage to a song by the British beat song save it for later, not necessarily consciously, but it's kind of got a bit of an element. Now it's a bright melodic guitar power pop song, lots of that 80s Australian rock, sort of like some people would compare it to like 80s era Chris Bailey Saints, that sort of jangle. The rhythm section's very jangly. Rob Craw's voice is probably better than I've ever heard it, to be honest. And that's the thing, like his vocal on it is really, really strong. Now, it's only 3 of the original members of the Creepers are in the band at the moment. Paul has stepped away from the band and been replaced by our good mate Julian Matthews from the Stems. So one of the Stems is in the band, which makes it great. Now, the song Opposite Attracts is sort of playing around with the myth of, opposites attract, do they really? No, they don't. Rob said he went off and was reading about it to see if it's still true or not. But he said, for him, it's a nod to his relationship with his wife, because she's a scientist and he's not. So, it's been released by Wally Meany from Cheer Squad Records. The Meanies, Wally Meany's done it. Now, technically, it's a double A-side song, single with Midnight TV, which is kind of a little bit of a New York Dolsy sort of song, but I'm only focusing today on Opposites Attract, which, if you like the Creepers, which I know I do, and coincidentally, they'll be touring the East Coast in a couple of weeks. But
absolutely,
you won't be disappointed. It's exactly what you'd expect from those guys, and they're a terrific band, terrific bunch of blokes, and I would highly recommend that song.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing the Creepers on August 22 up here in Brisbane. So really,
I believe you might
forward.
know one of the opening acts as well.
I probably do. Yes, I'm looking forward
two of the
to
opening acts. The Johnnies are on the bill, and I think you'll find it's Mick and Ursula.
That's true and correct. So going to be a great gig. So I've been listening to Andrew Swift's new song called Brick by Brick. Right now, I haven't tuned into a lot of Andrew Swift's music, but he is quite well known within the country genre here in Australia. And with a title like Brick by Brick, you might think it's about building foundations, or worst case scenario, a bit of a dramatic collapse. The hook around the song is called Brick by Brick, the house comes crashing down. So it's been described, look, I enjoyed the song. There's so much to like about it. It's real bluegrass. It is a real bluegrass theme. It's frenetic. There's banjo, there's fiddle, there's what they're calling rapid fire mandolin. And it creates a real energy that contrasts really effectively against the darker undertones, the emotional core. And they're saying that this is a real turn left for Andrew because he's taken a bold left turn into bluegrass. Interestingly, Rossi was written alongside some of Melanie Dyer, who you know, Simone Sordello, Greta Zilla, and Jackson James. And the story around it is the track was born from a shared sense of betrayal and disappointment. And rather than masking that hurt, the writers channeled it into something that ultimately is cathartic, a song about trust slowly eroding, chance after chance being given, until eventually the whole house comes crashing down. And it's really interesting because in many ways the arrangement sort of mirrors the song, and it's quite frantic, it intertwines, there's a lot to listen to. So it took me 3 to 4 to 5 sort of things to pick up everything that's in it. So I actually really enjoyed the song. If I was to put it into a one-liner, with Brick by Brick, Andrew Swift swaps wide open country roads, and I get the feeling that's what he's about, for a high-speed bluegrass escape, turning heartbreak, betrayal and frustration into one of his most curious releases yet. But the question that I want to ask for those people that want to dive in and listen to the song, and I'd recommend it thoroughly, is it really about losing a friend, or is it about realizing that maybe some foundations were never as strong as what we thought? But Andrew Swift, Brick by Brick, highly recommended.
That's good, Curly.
Very good. I was disappointed it wasn't the cover of Iggy Pop's Brick by Brick.
Ooh.
But it's interesting. It's actually really interesting because the title is called Brick by Brick, but the opening lyrics are Brick by Brick by Brick. And I'm sort of going, okay, have I got the right song here? Because, it was just really interesting. So
A song about Lego.
yeah, it could have been. Ouch. No, then it would have been don't leave it on the floor. So
Hurts your foot when you're not wearing shoes, doesn't it?
all right. So I think that might pull us up for this part of the show. And fingers crossed, Bragg, the next music you'll be seeing of us will be Maren Davidsen. She's a Norwegian singer and songwriter. And I'm just intrigued by this lady, to be honest. And I know Bragg is as well. Nordic Americana with country influences. My God, who would have thought country music is big in Norway? So,
well, one of us is going to have to ask, what is Nordic Americana?
Yeah.
There's a giant guitar near South Boulevard, I'd love to see it. Could you take me there? Even better yet, take my picture. I'm still 20-something, got a whole lot of nothing else to do here. Then pick up my pen, maybe show my friends that I'm breathing. I don't know what I'm doing here, all I know is that you're gone. Hope for better days soon to come, here's to traveling alone. I'm doing fine, I got nothing but time. If heartbreak's just another state of mind, it's time to leave you behind. I got Tennessee on my mind.
let's get
I'd love to see
started.
Frank.
Welcome back to Unfiltered and Undiscovered, Australia's home of independent music discovery. I'm Curly. I'm sitting here with Braggy, and it is our pleasure to for us it's tonight. For our special guest, it's morning. We're heading all the way to Norway to chat with a brilliant singer-songwriter whose music blends Nordic Americana with heartfelt country storytelling. So please welcome the wonderful Maren Davidsen. How are you, Maren?
Thank you so much for that introduction. I'm great.
Maren, we'd like to start off with trying to find out how you got to this point, how music happened for you. So I'm going to phrase it like this. I want to know how someone from Norway who spends 8 years in London, who's influenced by, from your thing, Mark Knopfler and Bruce Springsteen, how do you end up with Tennessee on your mind?
I went to Nashville to write, and it's just, I've always just been like moving around, wherever I leave my hat kind of thing. But obviously I'm based in Oslo now, and I was lucky enough to get a scholarship to go to Nashville to write music. And it was just like the timing was perfect, but also not, because I was like in a stuck state. So I wasn't sure what, who I was. And then I got on the flight, and I hadn't really put in that much effort into like scheduling, which day I was going to write and which day I was going to explore, which day I was going to play. Like, it was just all kind of up in the air. And then, I was kind of trying to force myself to sit down and like be inspired by the Nashville scene and everything. But I just felt like completely lost. And I didn't know anyone there. And to be honest with you, like, no hard feelings on Nashville. It's beautiful and it's incredible, Music Row and everything, but I just didn't really feel safe. I was in an Airbnb. I feel like I should have chosen a hotel. And it was just like, every time I would like leave my Airbnb, I just had like I had something on my shoulder, but that might have been like an internal feeling, nothing to do with the environment. I really don't know. But the song came to be, and it's just, about feeling lost in what I was really doing there. I really didn't know what I was doing there. And then
So just going back further though, did you come from a musical family? Like, when did music become a thing for you? Was it at a young age, and that's why you went to London?
Yes, it was. It was to pursue music, but I did to get the like student funding to move to London, I needed to like apply for something.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I got into a school because I needed housing and everything, and I don't think I went
Yeah.
to many classes, to be honest. So but I was out and about, and I was just trying to network with people in music, and then trying to obtain this degree in psychology at the same time. And then when I started meeting the right people, I realized, okay, this could actually be a thing for me. And then I started writing. But I got my first guitar when I was 6.
Wow. Okay.
And then I really started. I have a big brother who's a great musician, and he he's always been a role model for me. So that's when I approached like 10, 11. That's when I like really started to learn chords and ahead. And but I didn't actually write my first song until I was kind of forced to do it in London at 19.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
Yeah,
So,
I had a really sorry, I had a really like amazing opportunity to play. I met someone, and I like played a song for him, and I think he thought that it was my own song. And then the next day he messaged me like, "Okay, come and play your own song to like these music people." And I was like, "Oh my God, I don't have a song." So I sat down with like a bottle of red, and I just wrote a song, and I think it's like still one of the best songs it's not released, and it probably will never be, but yeah. So then I was like, okay, I can actually write music too.
and so what I find, like, coming from like right down the other side of the world here in Australia, when I think of those Scandinavian countries like Norway, I always think it's more like I just think of heavy metal. I know there's a lot of metal bands and things up there. So
I
obviously
agree with you.
there's a big country scene then, obviously, as well. Or folk.
Yeah, it's starting to really, really, really launch. Like, I think for me, it's the perfect timing, like within my own country, although I'm like obviously aiming for international star. I feel
Why
like,
not?
why not? I mean, if you're gonna do it, then you better believe it. So,
Yeah.
I said, like, to my producer the other day, like, it's perfect timing in terms of Norway as an artist, because countries just everyone is wearing country boots, everyone's going to country, they're throwing like major country festivals in Norway now, which is, to be honest, we've always, well, not we, but the general public has always kind of looked down a little bit on the people that love country here, because they have like different cars, and the environment is kind of like inland, like our
Yeah,
own
yeah, yeah.
rednecks, so to speak.
Okay, yeah.
But now everyone is just like cherishing them. So like it's just fun to see how things can change and trends. But yeah, I think country is definitely here to stay in Norway. Everyone's just loving it. It's on the radio. It's like made its way past, the way it was before.
Yeah, and then I see on, like, we just had the soccer, or we call it soccer, the Football
Yeah.
World Cup, and we see your main man, and he's in like this store in Texas buying.
I saw
these
that.
hats.
I saw
So
that with
it
the
all
boots.
fits in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's from my hometown actually.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah. So we love him.
We were all, I think, down in Australia, we were all kind of going for Norway.
yeah.
Because,
You captured a lot of hearts, can I tell you?
Really?
In the
That's so
World
nice
Cup.
to hear.
yeah, we like the underdog.
Yeah. I do too.
Maren, I've got to say I love your voice. It's just, and not knowing what Nordic Americana is or was before, as your name came through to us, it was I wasn't sure what I was expecting, but your voice is just so in tune with the music, and it's just got that. It's almost like an ideal sort of balance of that huskiness that you sort of, but it's also clear and crisp. Am I making
Thank
sense,
you.
Braggy? Am I?
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, Curly. Yeah,
I went, yeah.
it's got a soul. It's got a soulfulness to it. It's a little bit different than yeah.
I really appreciate that. That means a lot. That means a lot. I do love the compliments about vocals. range and like everything about vocal as much as I do lyrics, because I do consider myself a storyteller first and foremost. But yeah, it means a lot to me. So thank you very much, Curly.
Well, I really love what I like talking about lyrics. I like you got the little EP called Forehead Kiss, which that like a forehead kiss is different, isn't it? It's not a sexual thing. It's more of it conveys
Security.
like
The opposite
it
almost.
conveys safety, yeah. Conveys
Yeah.
safety rather than physical desire.
Exactly.
How did that come about? Why have you gone for that side of things?
I was at the time I was in a the whole record is kind of basically about this one person.
Awesome. I love that.
I hope the future albums won't be like that dedicated, but you know, it is what it is. But I was just feeling like I wasn't, you know, he was actually twice my age and I was quite young, and I just didn't feel like I didn't feel valued or you know, wanted in like, so to speak, an intimate way. And I just felt like he kept all the power to him. So a forehead kiss, kind of, the song signalizes just a feeling of once like all the desire has just stopped, they just push and pull and they cut you off, and then you're just waiting for this like forehead kiss, but it's not really what you want. But they just give you like just enough of like little pieces of affection to keep you staying there. So that's what it's about. It's not a cute forehead kiss. It was just an imbalance of power, really and truly.
Show me a sign, show me I'm still on it, but it's never the time. Your love left without warning. God knows I'm better than this, but rejection seems to be a friend, baby. I think maybe I'll go. It's your house and I'm a stranger. I don't wanna fight for your forehead kiss. I don't wanna beg for a minute of bliss. I don't wanna be the girl who's half his age, dressing in lace. All the little things that you know I do. Don't you think that I deserve that too? But you got me waiting and waiting and waiting on a forehead kiss. The last thing I thought I'd miss.
Really and truly. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, because when I think of forehead kiss, I kiss my wife. I've been married 35 years, and that's
Congratulations. That's beautiful.
No worries. That's the sort of kiss I'd give my wife on the forehead. You know, now 35 years later. I mean, so,
but you probably love each other and are happy, which
yeah, of course.
So then it would be just a symbol of, you know, safety and love, and this was
that's right.
This was
Yeah,
really
that's what makes it interesting to me. That
it does.
that thing.
Yeah, it's kind of ironic. The song is kind of ironic.
Yeah.
In a way.
And then Cleveland Street is dedicated to London.
Yes, the same guy.
Yeah.
He lived in Cleveland Street, so got pretty personal there. Yeah.
That's good. I mean, you know, some of the greatest albums ever made are breakup albums.
Yeah.
So an album dedicated to one thing or an EP as it is it's not a bad thing. I think that's in the way the music industry is today, that we find when we talk to people, that they'll put one single out and it's a lot of small, short art, and there's not as much of a bigger canvas like an album or an EP.
I agree completely.
Yeah. Is that what you're kind of aiming for later on? Maybe?
Yes. Yeah. Albums are I've never really thought of that early in my career. Like I'm an album girl, but I just definitely feel like that now. I feel like it has to be a story. I sat down probably for 3 days trying to figure out the sequence of the album, like which song comes first and which song comes last. Like it takes a long time when you're like, these are stories from for a period of 4 years. So it's important that it, not everybody listens to albums, the way that they're meant to. They might shuffle, or they might like just add one song to a playlist. You never know. But I do think that the beauty of an album is coming back into music society, and that people want to treasure that, the work that's been put into it, and do it the way that the artist intended for it to be listened to. So I think things are turning around, but there is unfortunately a lot of music that's just pushed out to be a TikTok hit, and then 1 month later it's dead. Next thing. It's like,
Yeah.
but real music, the music I listen to, isn't like, it wouldn't be, some of it's like obviously charts and country, and like Ella Langley. I love these big stars, but I really love to dive into albums of more like middle artists. That's where I really draw inspiration.
Yeah, and I see, like in your little bio, you're influenced by Bruce Springsteen, who's one of my favorites. And I think on this show before, Curly, we've talked about one of my favorite albums of all time, which is "Darkness on the Edge of Town," and that to me is a classic piece of a bigger piece of art.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So Maren, you do have an album planned for October. And the name of the album is "This Is Where I Leave You." So it's all starting to make sense now, right? So the title of the album sort of it talks about obviously leaving the guy, but I potentially, from an aspect, so you've written some really personal stuff in respect of this one person, but what are you hoping that the audience gets from it? Right. So are they going to what do you think they're going to be putting the meaning into some of the songs? Do you think there's going to be a little bit of that leaving an older version of yourself potentially?
100%.
This is where I leave you.
Yeah.
Great question, Curly.
Yeah, great. I'm loving the chat, by the way. I'm like really enjoying myself. It's very nice to meet you. But for me, yeah, I would say like, now that the album's done and recorded and mixed and mastered, I feel like 80% of it for me is about leaving that girl behind. It's not really about the guy, like he gets like a little piece of it, but really and truly it's about self-respect, knowing when to leave, being like basically just being weak, and putting up with things that other people would never put up with, like coming back to Norway, like reconnecting with my old friends and having some of these stories. It's a very few of my girlfriends that I like open up my heart to in that sense, but when I do, they're like, oh my God, I cannot believe it. Like, it's just a different London does definitely have a toxic way of shaping your head, especially at that young of an age. So I just got like caught in the whirlwind, and I have a different outlook on it now, but I would say leaving that part behind and trying as best as you can. For me, I had to like geographically remove myself. I don't think anything would have changed. I wouldn't have been strong enough in London to change. That's just me being honest with myself. I could maybe go back now that I've like healed and everything, but I don't think I would have been able to do it there. But yeah. To admit that you're so to speak weak, and to want help and to be better and to love yourself is basically what I'm.
Well,
what
that's
I'm trying to
not
say.
weak. That's a strength.
Yes, I agree with you. I don't like the word weak either.
Yeah, no, that's not weak. That's just what happens, and that's a strength. Wow. So you think you're going to base yourself still now in Oslo? Then you don't want to go back to Nashville, or you?
I would love to go back to Nashville. I would love to be able to perform in like some of these American cities. That would be to do a tour there would be incredible. And I love Nashville. And I'm going on tour now. I'm going back to London in October. Bristol, Brighton, and York, and Glasgow, I think. So, but then I'm going with the whole crew. So I'm really excited to do that, and to just be like cooped up as a little gang, and experience a different side of things.
So let's get on. Let's talk about. Oh, sorry, Curly, you were going to.
So while you're talking, I rarely get my words in here with Braggy. As you can see, he gets on a roll. That's okay. But
Happy Friday.
Yeah, it's Friday here, Friday afternoon.
Tell me about the live experience then. So
I would say it's very intimate. I still actually haven't done a concert with like a full band, like drums and percussion and keys and everything. I've done like we do it in a trio so far, just trying to build ourselves. And I would say it's just it takes you through stories, and it's very it has like a raw, like medieval vibe kind of. It's very intimate, and it's very it's just about all the different tones, and it's just very dreamy, and it's not too loud, and it's not that's the place I'm in now. And I'm not saying I wouldn't love to have like a full band. I'm excited for that chapter to begin, but also a bit freaked out because the like earplugs things, I don't know how any of it works. But I'm excited to see what that will bring. But I'd say it's a very it's obviously melancholic, but it's very close and very intimate, and a lot to do with storytelling.
So you play guitar. Is that your main writing tool? Then you write on guitar. You don't play anything. You don't play piano or
no.
So just guitar. So in the trio, it's guitar. What else?
I'm sorry.
Trio? In the trio that you play with, is
guitar?
So
they're just different types of guitars. There's some banjo. There's baroque guitar. So it's like it has like a twang to it, and it's just everybody's just
say medieval.
Yeah, because they like flirt with these instruments, and it makes everything sound so good. Like sometimes I want to stop my own songs and be like, "What was
that?" Oh, that's cool. So you like a bard, really?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
and you're like a traveler, like a minstrel, like
a traveler, it's a very I like that word.
And you're telling the stories, So that's really cool.
That's really cool. Wow. Yeah, and you're painting such a wonderful picture to what it is. So once you've conquered London again, so does going back to London hold any little fears for you at all, Maren? So going back to London, is there any internal fears that you of reverting back? Or,
mean, I would probably be very low key. There are certain people I obviously want to avoid there, but I don't feel like that's why I'm saying I can't wait to be like in my little crew bubble. Because and we could go for a beer and stuff afterwards, but and then go straight to bed. Like I do have I don't have a fear for it, but I do know that London, like the second I get into Gatwick, I'm like, woo! Yeah. And I know it's gonna be a completely different experience being with like my real friends and my bandmates, and make a good decision and stay out of trouble.
Who are the other people in the band?
They're Michael Chaplin. He's a genius with the baroque guitar and the banjo, and he has probably about 30 different kinds of little gadgets.
String stuff,
yeah. And Anna Fauske. I don't know how to say her word in English. Her name in English. Anna Fauske, maybe. She's she's the most adorable girl, the sweetest. She's from up north. She's just a pure angel, and we have a great connection.
And it's like 3-part harmony then?
So she harmonizes with my vocals, but sometimes he does as well.
He does as well.
Okay.
Oh, I'd love to hear that.
I hope I can come over there and play for you guys.
You'd have to. It's a long way, but we'd love to have you down in the warm.
That'd be so cool.
Yeah, the country scene right around the world just seems to be growing and growing. Crazy. And the impact of countries always had such a huge impact on all sorts of music, right? But it just seems to be the genre that's holding firm and growing. Here in Australia, for example, Maren, a lot of our country festivals are still going gangbusters. They're going from strength to strength, whereas a lot of our other types of festivals, potentially the alternative rock ones and whatnot, tend to be going bankrupt and not being able to make it work. So it's a really interesting phenomenon. And my background certainly isn't in. I'm a punter who's always loved that garage style rock. But can I tell you, getting into and meeting artists like yourself and some of the fresh country artists we have here in Australia is really broadening my appreciation of what good music is all about. So, yeah, I think it's just a growing thing. And, if you can continue to build, we'd love to see you in Australia. And Tamworth is our thing in January. Tamworth is the country music capital of Australia, and every January.
Tamworth.
And
interestingly enough, Maren, it also has a giant guitar.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I'll have to write a song about Tamworth.
You'll have to. You'll have to.
In the hottest time of the year too, so it'd be about 40 degrees Celsius. So I'm certain that you would feel it. So it's pretty cool.
I will definitely check that out.
Yeah, and it would be great. Obviously, Nashville is just the home. We've communicated and chatted with so many artists out of Nashville now, and I've been to Nashville as a tourist, so I did the Broadway thing. But
what did you think?
From a tourist perspective, I loved it. It's just energy. I did a live Facebook with Braggy there just so he could get a vibe, because it just does my head in that you can have 3 bands on 3 different levels
in the windows,
and then as you walk to the next one, all of a sudden you can't hear that band anymore, but you're hearing the one in the next. Just it does my mind. It still blows me away.
It does.
I cannot wait to get back. Hey, tell us a little bit about your social media. Do you enjoy that side of the business, or do you have people to do it for you?
More and more, I'm starting to enjoy it. I think when I was trying to pursue music in London, I had way less. I'm still struggling with confidence every day, but I had my confidence was probably at its lowest in London, and I would just hate putting my phone up. I would hate doing TikToks. I would hate that aspect of it, and I would be so critical on myself. Whereas now I'm just I feel like confidence comes from within and from your skill and not the way you look. And I feel like when I'm grasping onto that, I'm more, I'm just just get it out there and just do it. And I feel like that's what the audience wants too. I don't feel like I would get anywhere if I just always chose the best pictures and the best, you have to show emotion and you have to show realness, and that's what's going to take you to the next step. So.
Yes, that's correct. It's really hard. I mean, coming from the age we are, that Curly and I are, it's tricky, the whole social media thing. But you're right. You've got to be honest. Just like in your songwriting, I guess it's the same.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
You've got to be authentic. You've got to be you. Yeah.
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 Exactly.
It's hard to stand out, isn't it?
It's hard to stand out. And it's hard to, there's a lot of, to make things. One of the artists I'm listening to mostly these days are Anna Graves. Have you heard of her?
I heard that name. I don't really know. I can't say really know Anna Graves.
She's
Is she American?
She's American. Yeah, I think so. Or Canadian, maybe. I think American. But she posts these videos. She has, she does so many simple things, and it's not too made up, and it's not. She's someone I really look up to in terms of social media, and but it's about time too. You have to have time. I don't at the moment. I have to have a job on the side of my music, so it's just juggling everything, and then traveling, and then tour and photo shoots and meetings, and it's just a lot. So if I had a full day, 7 days a week to do that, it would tremendously help. But I think it's fun. I'm starting to enjoy it for sure.
I feel like that's the and we've talked about this before, Curly, haven't we? I feel like that one of the hardest things now about the way the music industry is that you have to do all that stuff yourself. Whereas in the older days, someone would be doing all that stuff for you, and you just got to concentrate on your art.
Craft,
and it's that even though social media, I guess, is artistic, can be artistic, it's not really that side of the brain that you need to have space to create from. You need to have time. You need to have space to. When talking of that, when you write your songs, is there a particular? I'd like to find out when inspiration comes to people. Is it all over the day, or is it sometimes in the mornings, or is it
For me, it's in the mornings and in the night. And some of the
Yeah.
some of the songs I'm most happy with, they're the ones where I like start something and then I go to bed on a little buzz of some kind of wine.
Yeah.
And I just cannot sleep. And it just like, and then I'm like, Maren, you have to sleep. And then another sentence comes in, and then I have to pick up my phone to write it down because you won't remember it in the morning. That's just a
That's right.
fact.
Yep.
And you have to be strong, and you just have to get out of bed, and you have to do it. And then that's when my brain is the most active, I'd say. But obviously, like, I'm going through another breakup at the moment, and there's just little, I could be driving, I could be doing my laundry, like it, and then just like it just pulses into my brain, and I don't
Yeah.
know what it is. I don't know if it's a title of an album, I don't know if it's a title of a song, or if it's a verse, or like, I don't know what it is, but I just it's just, my brain is like that all day, throughout the day, really.
I love that. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like an antenna. It's just picking up things the whole time.
Exactly. But you just have to be disciplined and write it down, because usually I'm just like, just not usually, but maybe say 40% of the time I just like get on with my day. And I'm like, hey, that's a good idea. And then I'll go to bed and I was like, what was that again? So
Yeah.
it's a lot about discipline. Yeah. And you never know, that could be like your big hit.
Yep. Yeah.
So with this is where I leave you coming out in October. Are you drip feeding some singles into the album? Or?
Yes. My favorite song is called "It Takes Two," and it comes out next Friday in 2 weeks, the 21st.
Okay. It
Yes.
takes two.
Yeah, and it's probably the most Western, like, musically approach that we've done. It's like it's pretty Western.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm more than happy to share a link to you guys if you want to listen to it.
Oh, for sure. That would be great.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah.
Maren, it has been amazing speaking with you.
Thank you.
Tonight, this morning, whichever way we want to say it. It's as I said, you're our very first artist from Norway. We've been looking forward to this one. We didn't know what Nordic Americana or was, so we found out. We've loved having a chat with you. So your links will be in our show notes, and your music will be added into our playlist that we have on Spotify. We've got fresh female country artists coming through, and we've got unfiltered and undiscovered every damn song. So if there is one social media platform that you would love people tuning into us to tap into for yourself, which is your favorite?
Probably Instagram, but I will, in a year, I will say TikTok.
Okay. Oh, so
going that way, isn't it?
So why is that? Tell me, what are you seeing in TikTok?
I just feel like, well, I do my TikToks, but I feel like I'm still navigating how to express my personality on TikTok as a platform. It's more just, like some clips and covers, and like I'm easing into it, but Instagram is where I like really write my captions, and where I open up, and where I paint a like deeper picture of myself. But the reason I'm saying in a year I want to say TikTok is because that's what I want to do on TikTok as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
That is awesome. So I'll make sure all your links are in our show notes, and that hopefully you will start to get some new Australian followers following you, because it's going to be awesome to see your journey as it continues on. So if you for everyone else, next week's show, we've got a young Australian country artist, Caddy Callahan, joining us, and really looking forward to that conversation. If you have enjoyed today's conversation, the best way to support independent artists like Maren is quite simple. Stream their music, buy their merch, go to their gigs, and tell someone else about them. So, because every great artist starts with someone who's willing to press play. And we beat the algorithm every time when it comes to finding your next favorite artist. Check out our playlist on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and Amazon. Every damn song, fresh country artists, and undiscovered covers. Follow the links on our website. Real stories, real music, and hopefully your next favorite artist. We're Curly, Braggy, and Rossi, and this has been Unfiltered and Undiscovered. We'll see you all again next week. Thanks so much, Maren. It's been awesome.
Thank you. I really enjoyed that. Have a great day, guys.
is creeping through broken vines, but the night's just beginning. Go try your new jacket on while I play my music. Here we go, it's a regular Tuesday. I know I'm not getting no sleep tonight. Normally I wouldn't have a problem, but you brought a third to the party. And I don't know why you do that when you insist that I'm the one. I'll be honest, I'm so confused by your contradictions. I used to get mad, now I don't have the power. I'm all out of rage. I'll never go back to that dark, lonely place. Once I threw my pictures out your window, I knew this madness is over, and so are me and you. 'Cause I'm doing Cleveland Street, baby, I'm all I need. She can have Cleveland Street, but I gotta go, I gotta leave.
That's a wrap for this episode of the Unfiltered and Undiscovered podcast. If you've liked what you've heard, please do us a favor. Hit follow, leave a rating, and share it with a mate who needs some new music and a little bit of laughter in their lives. We're all about discovering the songs that actually mean something. So if you're into raw talent, great stories, and music that hits you right in the guts, you're in the right place, and we'd love to see you back again next week. Don't forget our Spotify playlists. Every damn song, every track we've ever talked about, rising female country artists, and undiscovered covers. And just now, they're not just available on Spotify. You'll also find them on YouTube Music and Apple Music as well. Now, we will be back next week with more music, more stories, and probably some more arguments. But that's what keeps us unfiltered. We'll see you next week.